Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky. Say, I have a question for you. Do you like trading card games? What's that? You said no? Then get out of here, you godless heathen. But for the rest of you that believe in our Lord and Savior, Obelisk the Tormentor, I have some good news for you. Welcome to a new series of videos I'm calling TCG TV. Boy, do I love saying that name. And I love trading card games almost as much as I love the Nintendo 64. So in these videos, we will be covering something trading card game related every time, whether it's opening booster packs, or just discussing the games, or building decks, or playing some obscure card game that nobody plays anymore, whatever. As long as it's card game related, it flies. So what are we going to be doing for this first episode of the TCG TV? Well, we're gonna open a box. But not just any box. A mystery power box. Whoa! Look at it, it's all rectangular and mysterious. I mean, what's more fun than a mystery? Lots of things! But this will do for right now. The mystery power box contains one rare Legend of Blue Eyes graded card, one legacy pack, and 4 booster packs. That doesn't sound like a lot. This giant box is probably a waste of cardboard, but that's okay, because we're gonna have fun with it anyway. And look! It's the limited holiday edition! Merry Christmas, everybody! So we are just going to open this sucker up, get this delicious shrink wrap off. I should have brought a pocket knife or something with me. This is probably gonna take a while with my fingers. You will not defeat me, box! If only I had some kind of stabbing instrument. Do I have a stabbing instrument? Pens! What color shall we stab you with? Purple! There we go. Yeah. All we needed was a purple pen all along. Oh yeah. Taking off that shrink wrap. So good! Love it. There we go. We're one step closer to opening this box. Okay, here we are, shifting perspective to Sparky Vision. And we're gonna open the stuff in this box. Yay! Oops, it fell everywhere. Hold on a second. I can fix this. I can fix this. Hold on. I can fix this. Okay, I fixed it. There we go. Stuff. We have what looks like our legacy pack, Pharaoh's Servant. There's guaranteed to be nothing useful in this because it's really old, but that's okay. And let's see, we have a pack of Pendulum Evolution. We've got Extreme Force. Here is Flames of Destruction. And Circuit Break. So, bunch of more modern packs, but that's alright. They tend to have pretty good stuff in them. I don't think I've collected a lot of those packs at all. Oh, and we have our super cool Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon graded card. We've got here a mint or better mystical elf. That is actually pretty cool. I've always liked the mystical elf. She's a really cool card. And because this one is all graded and in a plastic thingamajigger, I can never actually use it. Which is fine, I guess. So, let's start opening these packs, shall we? We'll start off with our legacy pack. Open this sucker up and see what we get inside. Okay, let's see. We have Mystic Probe. You can negate... Let's see. You can activate this card when a continuous spell card is activated. Negate all continuous spell cards during the turn this card is activated. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if that would work as a counter to Crystal Beasts. That's a good question, me. Thanks, me. See, we've got Deep Sea Warrior. As long as Umi is face up on the field, this card is unaffected by any spell cards. Which would include Umi. So, he doesn't gain any benefit from, say, Legendary Ocean or anything like that. That's kind of weak. Wing Weaver. A six-winged fairy who prays for peace and hope by destroying things because she has 2,700 attack points. Not bad. Numinous Healer. I actually like this card a lot. It's pretty cool to have this. You can activate this card when you take damage to your life points. Increase your life points by 1,000 points. In addition, increase your life points by 500 points per card if there are any additional Numinous Healer cards in the graveyard. I think I'm saying that right. Numinous. We've got our rare card, Morphing Jar number 2. Return all monster cards on the field to the owner's decks. Then each player picks up cards from the top of their deck until they have the same number of monster cards that were returned to the deck from those cards. That's a lot of words. Special summon all level 4 or lower monsters in face-down defense position. The rest of the cards picked up are discarded. I actually don't know if this is one of the banned ones. I think a couple of the Morphing Jars were banned, at least. I don't remember. Mr. Volcano! This seemingly mild-mannered creature has an extremely volatile temper. Yeah, mild-mannered, as his hands are made out of fire or something. We have a Minor Goblin Official. You can only activate this card when your opponent's life points are 3,000 or less. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points during each of her standby phases. Okay, so that's got a purpose. You can fairly easily take out a weakened opponent. That's not bad. We've got the Flame Champion, a warrior protected by a flaming shield that nullifies any attack. Noticing some fire theming going on here with Mr. Volcano. And we've got Bubonic Vermin, who is another card I actually like a lot. And I think I only had 2 of him, so I've got 3 now. That's pretty cool. You can take one Bubonic Vermin from your deck and special summon it to the field in a face-down defense position, then the deck is shuffled. Okay, so Legacy Pack actually did have a couple of neat things in it. The older cards still have a place in the modern game sometimes. It's not all useless. I'm just making fun when I say that. Next up, Pendulum Evolution. Let's open this up now. Yeah, there we go. Get that cardboard out of here. I'm gonna have to pick that up later. Pendulum Evolution is one of the 5-card pack ones. Yeah, we've already got something shiny though. Let's see. We have Time Pendulum Graph. Your opponent cannot target spellcaster-type monsters you control with trap cards or effects. You can only use the following effects of Time Pendulum Graph once per turn. You can target one Magician Pendulum monster in your Monster Zone or Pendulum Zone and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Then, if this effect does not destroy 2 cards, you can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. It's kind of long and convoluted, okay, but I can see it has a purpose. Star Pendulum Graph. We got 2 matching cards here, that's pretty neat. Your opponent cannot target spellcaster-type monsters you control with spell cards or effects. And face-up Magician Pendulum monster cards leaves your Monster Zone or Pendulum Zone. Add 1 Magician Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Star Pendulum Graph once per turn. So these 2 kind of work together. That's actually pretty neat. I do have an Odd Eyes deck. I don't think I've got many Magician monsters in there, but I could always add some. Oh, we've got Quillfort Scout here. Pendulum Monster Machine. Booting in replica mode, an error has occurred while executing C. Sophia Zephyra.exe. Unknown publisher. Allow C. Terraria Quillfort.exe Y/NY. Booting in autonomy mode. Okay, if you say so. And Pendulum Effect. You cannot special summon monsters except Quill. How do you say that? Cleefort? I always called them Quillforts, but that's obviously not right. Cleefort. Clee monsters. This effect can not be negated once per turn. You can pay 800 life points at a deck to your hand. Yep, okay. Ritual Beast Tamer Zephyr Wendy. Okay, if you say so. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except Ritual Beast and Zephyr monsters. This effect cannot be negated as a pendulum effect. Right, monster effect. When this card is normal or pendulum summon, you can add a phase 1 face-up Zephyr monster from your extra deck to your hand, except Ritual Beast Tamer Zephyr Windy. You can only special summon one Ritual blah blah blah, etc, etc. Pretty standard stuff there for the Ritual Beasts and Zephyr cards and things like that. Oh, and we've got a Stargazer Magician. I think I only had one of these guys, so that's pretty neat. If a pendulum monster you control battles, your opponent cannot activate spell cards until the end of the damage step unless you have a Magician card or Odd Eyes card in your other pendulum zone. This card's pendulum scale becomes 4. And, regular monster effect. Once per turn, when exactly one other pendulum monster you control and no other cards is returned to your hand by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon one monster from your hand with the same name as returned to the hand. Okay. So, I've always liked Stargazer and Time Gazer. I wish I used them more. I don't think I do, but maybe I can use them a little more now. Next up, our Extreme Force Pack. Stand it up. Taking that out. Don't need that anymore. Extreme Force. It's so extreme. Okay. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. 9 cards. We have Striping Partner. Cyburst monster. Cannot be normal summoner's set. Must be special summoned by the following effect. If the activation of a monster you control is negated except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Cyburst monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use the effect of Striping Partner once per turn. That's pretty cool. I do have a Cyburst deck, so I might be able to find some use for him. Oh boy, look at you. Look at you. I don't know if I like that. Mahjong Munya Maidens. Wing Beast monster flip effect. You can draw one card, then discard one card. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. Alright, so it's like, what am I thinking of? The Sphinx cards and stuff like that. Except it's actually a flip effect monster. But that's pretty neat. Those are still kind of scarily sexy bird things. I don't think I like that. Pit Trooper! I know this guy. You can send one level 2 or lower monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. You can only use the effect of Pit Trooper once per turn. Pretty standard stuff. Whoa, Encode Talker. How do you do? You are pretty awesome. Don't think I had you. I think you're the guy on the... Yep, you're the title card for the pack. That's pretty cool. I did not have an Encode... not Encode Talker, excuse me, Xcode Talker. I was looking at that wrong. I have an Encode Talker. Xcode Talker. Okay. You're new, I like you. Definitely gonna stick you in my Cyber's deck if I can fit you. When this card is Link summoned, you can choose unused main monster zones equal to the number of monsters currently in the extra monster zones. Those zones cannot be used while this monster is face up on the field. Pretty neat. So you can end up limiting your opponent's field space. That's pretty cool. You can only use this effect of Xcode Talker once per turn. Monsters this card points to gain 500 attack. They cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. So he's the position of his pointers. He's more of a monster you want to summon like second. You want to link summon him after you link summon something else. That's pretty cool though. I like him. Next up, Cleafort Genius. Link monster, 2 machine type monsters needed to summon it. This link summon card is unaffected by spell and trap effects and the activated effects of other link monsters. Once per turn, you can target one face-up card on each player's field except this card. Both those cards have their effects negated until the end of the turn. When 2 monsters are special summoned at the same time to zones this card points to, you can add 1 level 5 or higher machine monster from your deck to your hand. Not bad, not bad. Next up, we've got Boral Cooling. Tribute 1 Rocket Monster, and then target 1 Boral Link monster you control. Equip it to this card. If this card is equipped to a monster by this effect... equip it with this card. Okay, not equip it to this card. That would be something, equipping something to a trap card. Equip monster against this effect once per turn, a quick effect. You can target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect this turn. Next. Fire Prison. All dragon-type monsters on the field gain 300 attack, 300 defense, not attack. If any link monsters are on the field, neither player can link summon a link monster with a lower link ranking than the highest link rating on the field. My brain broke. My brain broke reading that sentence. Oh my gosh. Monsters cannot attack except link monsters. Apply the following effects while 2 or more Cybers link monsters are on the field. Negate the activated effects of Cybers monsters. Cybers monsters cannot attack, cannot be targeted for attacks, and cannot be targeted by card effects. Alright. So it's kind of... This is the rival character, one of the rival characters cards in Vrains. I haven't watched much of it, I don't remember his name. This is something he would use, I'm pretty sure, because he's all anti-Cybers monsters. Next card, Flick Clown. If you control at least 2 other Cybers monsters and have no cards in your hand, you can pay 1,000 life points, draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Flick Clown once per turn. Not bad. Parallel Port Armor is our last card for this pack. Target 1 link monster you control. Equip it with this card. Your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects, and also it cannot be destroyed by battle. You can banish this card and 2 link monsters from your graveyard. You then target 1 link monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. So a good defensive card, and then it turns into a good offensive card once it goes to the graveyard. Pretty cool. Next up, we've got our Flames of Destruction pack. So we'll open this sucker up. Satisfying feeling of opening booster packs and then violently discarding the packaging. Flames of Destruction, here we go. Another 9-card pack. Leave that over there. First up, Kaiden Kendo Spirit. Okay, he's a pendulum monster. If this monster is if a monster's is pendulum summoned, return this card from the pendulum zone to the hand. He does have a pendulum scale of a 9, so that does make sense. He's a pretty good card in that regard. Oh, and he's a spirit card. Interesting. Warrior Pendulum Spirit effect. Okay, so he has his spirit returning to the hand effect applied to his pendulum effect too. That's interesting. When this card is normal summon, you can choose 1 card in your pendulum zone and send it to the graveyard all cards your opponent controls in the same column as this card. Okay. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is normal flame summon, you can return this card to the hand. Alright, interesting card. He's a very, it's a lot of things. Yeah. Next. Crystal Keeper. Oh, I saw this guy. He's a Crystal Beast card. Definitely did want this guy, just because he's pretty cool. Crystal Keeper, also a pendulum monster. Each turn, the first time an ultimate crystal monster or crystal beast card you control will be destroyed by card effect that turn, it is not destroyed. So this does protect crystal beasts while they are continuous spell cards as well. If a crystal beast monster you control battles an opponent's monster during the damage calculation, that's a quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or face up on your field. Your battling monster's attack and defense become double its original attack and defense. Okay. During the damage calculation only, but it is destroyed at the end of the damage step. Alright. So he's got some usage. Not bad defense either. He can be used as a defensive card in a pinch. I like him. Prompt Thorn. You contribute 1 level 4 or lower Cybers monster, special summon any number of Cybers normal monsters from your deck and or graveyard whose total levels equal the tributed monster's level on the field. Banish them during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Prompt Thorn once per turn. So he's kind of, he's a lot like the rescue cards, like Rescue Rabbit and stuff like that, but for Cybers monsters. He's meant to get monsters on the field so you can immediately link summon, and so on and so forth. I might actually use him. He is pretty cool. I don't know if he's on a limited list or not, but we'll find out, won't we? Whoa, check this guy out. Nightmare Griffin. A fiend link monster. And the materials are two different monsters. Two monsters with different names. 2+ monsters. Okay, so you can't have multiple of the same monster using to summon him. He is very shiny. I like him. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card, then target one spell trap card in your graveyard. Set it to your field. But it cannot be activated this turn. Then, if this card was co-linked while this effect was activated, you can draw one card. Okay? You can only use this effect of Nightmare Griffin once per turn. Special summon monsters on the field cannot activate their effects unless they are linked. Interesting. So he makes for good anti-special summon as well. That's pretty neat. I like him. I don't know if I've got a use for him, but he's definitely really cool. Now we've got Nightmare Mermaid. I guess the Nightmare are an archetype in this. Okay. Link summon one Nightmare monster except Nightmare Mermaid. Because Link 1, you could just pop out a monster if you really want to. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card, special summon one Nightmare monster from your deck. Then, if this card was co-linked when this effect was activated, you can draw one card. You can only use this effect of Nightmare Mermaid once per turn. Monsters on the field lose 1,000 attack and defense unless they are co-linked. So these guys seem pretty focused on the Link monster archetype and the co-linked stuff. Things like that. Their discarding effects, I wonder if they function with the Dark World cards. That'd be something interesting to consider. Next we've got Trickstar Bloom. Link monster, 1 level 2 or lower Trickstar monster. If this card is a link summoned, you can make your opponent draw one card. Okay. If a face-up Trickstar monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. You can only use this effect of Trickstar Bloom once per turn. Not bad, not bad. I kind of like that. The Trickstar cards are pretty neat. I've never really had that much use for them, but they're a deck I considered building at one point. More Link monsters. Insector Pico Falena. Pico Falena? Falena? Whatever. An Insector Link monster, which is pretty neat. It's 2 insect monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card and target one other insect monster you control. Equip one insect monster from your deck to it as an equipped spell card that gains this effect. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. Okay. You can target 3 insect monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw one card. You can only use this effect. You only use each effect of Insector, blah blah blah, once per turn. Okay, not bad. Definitely an Insector card. Insectors are not fun to duel, but whatever. Vendread Daybreak. If your opponent controls more cards than you do, choose one ritual summoned Vendread monster you control, and then destroy all cards on the field except the chosen monster. Not bad. It cannot attack directly while it remains face up on the field. You can only activate one Vendread Daybreak per turn. That's pretty cool. The Vendread monsters also look pretty neat. I do like ritual summoning, so that's something to consider for the future, maybe. Last card for this pack, Staring Contest. Okay. When you special summon a monster to the extra monster zone, you can target one monster in your opponent's main monster zone, move that target to the zone in the same column as the extra monster zone monster. When your opponent special summons a monster to the extra monster zone, you can target one monster in your main monster zone, move that target to the zone in the same column as the extra monster. Okay, so these effects cannot be activated in the damage step. These are all about arranging the field to your liking. That's kind of neat, pretty wordy. I doubt I'll remember what it does. That's definitely a problem with modern Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They have a lot of words on them, and sometimes I just cannot be bothered to remember what they do. Anyway, moving on. We have our last pack from our mystery box, Circuit Break. Just gonna open this up, get the pack out, and then gently place the packaging off to the side. No, just kidding. Okay, Circuit Break. Let's see what is in you. Another 9-card pack. Put that there. Let's see, we have a crawler called Crawler Glyle. You can special summon one crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in a face-up attack position or face-down defense position, except Crawler Glyle. He is a flip effect monster. I think that's one of the crawler's gimmicks, their flip effects. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 crawler monsters with different names from your deck in face-down defense position, except Crawler blah blah blah. You can only use this effect of Crawler blah blah once per turn. Okay, definitely feeding into the crawler monsters, not bad. Moving on. Amazonas Pet Liger, an Amazonas card, interesting. Beast, it's a fusion monster, 1 Amazonas Tiger plus 1 Amazonas monster. Once per turn, if this card attacks during damage calculation, you can make this card gain 500 attack during damage calculation only. If your Amazonas monster attacked an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack. Monsters your opponent controls cannot attack Amazonas monsters you control, except this one. Alright, so I mean, it's standard Amazonas things of just messing with the way monsters battle. I have learned through playing Duel Links on my cell phone that I really hate Amazonas cards. They're very annoying to fight, so whatever, you can just go away. Next card, FA Whip Crosser. Gains attack equal to its level times 300. Your opponent must pay 300 life points to activate the effect of a monster whose original level/rank is lower than this card's level. Okay. Each time an FA spell trap card or effect is activated, you can increase this card's level by 1. If this card's level is 7 or higher, your opponent cannot discard or send cards from their hands to the graveyard to activate the card effect. Alright, that's pretty neat. Messing with the card levels, kind of like the Fortune Ladies. I don't think I actually knew what the FA cards did before this point, so that's pretty cool. Next up, Ennis Rocket Dragon. I guess because it's got like a syringe on its head? Like an anesthetic? I don't know. When a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect, you can destroy this card, then make 1 face-up monster on the field unable to attack. Also, it has its effects negated. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field or by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, that's a lot of words. You could special summon 1 rocket monster from your deck, except this guy. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot to remember. Probably not going to, just like the other guy. Hello there, Vandred Chimera. You are also pretty awesome looking. Zombie Ritual Monster. You can ritual summon this card with any Vendread ritual spell. When the card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, quick effect, you can banish 1 zombie-type monster from your graveyard. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If this card is distributed or banished for a ritual summon, all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. You can only use this effect of Vendread Chimera once per turn. Not bad, the Vendread cards seem pretty cool. I don't know a lot about them, but I'm willing to research more into them. One-time passcode. Special summon 1 security token, Cyber Slight, level 4, attack 2000, defense 2000. Wow. In defense position, you can only activate one time passcode per turn, so it's a free token monster. That's kind of cool. I like that. Cyber's Beacon. If you took damage by battle or by opponent's card effect this turn, add one level 4 or lower Cyber's monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Cyber's Beacon per turn. Not bad. A Ling. Once per turn... Oh, it's a Union monster. That's cool. Once per turn, you can either target one face-up monster you control, equip this target to the card, or unequip this card and special summon it. The original attack of the monster equipped with this card becomes 1000. And it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Also, if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, destroy this card instead. Alright, standard union things. Not specific as to what it can union to, which is pretty cool. I don't know about the attack becomes 1000 though. That's it's not terribly great. And the last card for this booster pack opening from the mystery box is Sniffer Dragon. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Sniffer Dragon from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Alright, okay, cool, not bad. So, overall, I'd say that's a pretty good card haul. A lot of stuff to remember with these big, complicated card effects, but not bad. Got our nice pile of trading cards and our graded mystical elf card. Get that out of the shine on the table. So, not bad, I'd say. I'd definitely say the star of this booster pack opening is... Where is he? There he is. Xcode Talker. Definitely my favorite card out of this booster pack opening. I'd say that the mystery power box is a pretty good thing to purchase if you would just like some random booster pack trading cards or of the sort. And if you're into collecting cards like this, it's also pretty good for that. I definitely like the little setup they've got here for this nice graded card. Pretty awesome. Anyway, that just about does it for me. Thank you very much for watching TCG TV. I'll be back again next time for something else card game related. Until then, this is Sparky, signing off for now. I'll catch you later.